There's nothing better than wandering the aisles of an at-home store. And if you don't have an at-home store where you live, maybe it's just another store that you enjoy getting lost in the aisles of Halloween. It's always interesting to me that sometimes I'll wander these aisles and not find anything that I want to take home with me, but I'll go into a separate aisle and find something else that I want to turn into a Halloween decoration. And that's actually what happened to me when I went to this at-home store. I actually found these canisters that nest within each other, which is fantastic for storage solutions. So I'm going to wind up turning these into some fun Halloween tins with some fun labels I've created. First things first, a little stain.
It's been a while.
Oh, no, not that stain. Actual stain, furniture stain, along with some acrylic paint to dinge up these tins a little bit because they look a little too shiny and new. And that just won't do. So using a technique that we've used in other videos where we kind of cover it in said paint and stain and then wipe off the remnants, it helps give it that little bit dingier, dirtier look to it. Alright, now for one of the tins, what I want to do is I want to give it a different look. We're going to give it more of a rusty, oxidized look to it with some other accents. We're still going to give the tin the stain treatment along with the paint, but just a little bit lighter. Just some dabs, wipe those off to give it, still a little bit of a dirtier look, but not quite as heavy as the previous one. Alright, to give it a fast rust look, we're going to use this Rust-Oleum textured paint that kind of has like a rusty, sandy texture to it. There are tutorials out there that show you how to do a really great, real-life, realistic rust paint job. But this is something that's quick, easy, gets the job done, and if you're looking to just give it some detail, this does it in a pinch. So again, spray painting it lightly, heavier in areas, and then dabbing off some of it to again give it a little bit more of a more organic look, if you will. All right, using some of these acrylic paints, we're going to get up the rust factor a little bit. So using like an umber, dark maroon, and then kind of a patina colored acrylic paint. We're going to grab some chip brushes, ones that we're just going to wind up throwing away, makes it easier, and we're going to use this along the edges of the canister here where it would potentially rust. And using a spray bottle full of water, we're just going to spray some of it off and let it drip down just kind of naturally and let it dry like that. using this patina color now, we're going to go over a little bit of the other spots here and do the same thing with the water bottle. Go light, go heavy, play around with it. The great thing about it is if you use too much, you can use the water to really kind of erase most of it. But again, there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's really up to you how you feel like it's going to look. Do think about things about, how you're going to stage this. Will it be in daylight? Will it be under, Halloween lights? Whatever that the case is, that will hopefully dictate how heavy or light you go with some of these paints. Now it's time to add the labels now that we've got the canvases the way we want them. I created these labels in Photoshop, and I will link them to my website where you can download each label. They are 4 inches by 10 inches, so hopefully, depending upon what tins you find, you can use these on most of them. So I printed these out on kind of a beige, off-white, cream-colored paper. Again, helps that aging process a little bit rather than like a stark white. And then using a paper cutter, I carefully cut the edges off so we have our label. Alright, using a matte Mod Podge, we're going to coat the back of this label with it. A good heavy duty coat. Do not go light on this because we are attaching this to a painted, stained container. So make sure you get a good heavy dose of Mod Podge on the back of that label before fixing it. Alright, once you have the label on there as you want it, we're going to take the Mod Podge again and go over the top of the label. This just creates an extra layer of the security adhesiveness to it. It's not going to go anywhere. You'll thank yourself later for doing that extra step. Alright, one more tip before we head out for the day. These labels look new once you affix them to the container. So make them look a little bit older. Give them some wrinkles, rip them a little bit, tear some of the edges, take a screwdriver across them, make them look worn and old, a little bit more than they do currently. Alright, these are looking pretty good. So before we head out, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share this video, and we'll see you next time. And don't forget to stay pretty and Halloween on.